pretty excited about this stuff. So, I'll start with the stuff that is going to be on a later episode, but at least you'll know what's in it and understand the necessity for it. And that's this box right here. Honest to goodness, this is the first time I've unboxed it. And, oh, nice. There we go. Obviously it's a radiator, but this is, actually it's upside down. This is their SoloSwap radiator. We're going to continue to use the ductwork from the Corvette itself. It's kind of nice. It fits on the chassis, plus it leans back, which just barely fits under our Monza hood. But this is the same dimensions as the stock radiator, just obviously a lot more capacity to be able to lean back. And this will fit. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see this because it's going to be hidden inside all that ductwork. But thanks to Speedway Motors for this. This will keep our car cool. All right, this is the one I need right now that we've got to use like immediately because we've got a bunch of stuff we need to mock up to see if it's going to fit. So, how do you mock up other stuff? Well, you have a mock-up engine block to bolt it to. We'll put this together. This is Speedway Motors SoloSwap engine block kit. Just kind of loosely stand it up together here. This is obviously their mock-up short block. And then this other box behind me here is the heads that bolt to that. Let's get this bolted together and then we'll get those heads assembled as well. Wow, that was super easy. I don't have it completely tight with a wrench yet because I want to get the heads mocked up on here. So I think just having it just a little flexible would help. But there it is. Here's something I didn't even realize until just now. I wondered why there was all these extra nuts in here. And then I looked at the instructions and I realized that if you wanted to actually bolt your actual LS heads on here, you can do that. Just use your bolts, but then they provide all the nuts for you to go on the backside to mock up anything you want on there. So our intention was to go ahead and use the mock-up heads themselves, but then we're going to actually bolt the headers to it. We can bolt the intake to it. We can bolt the oil pan to it on the back. We can even bolt the transmission to it on the back, which we intend to do because we need to know about forward to back where this thing's going to sit. Yeah. In the engine bay. Yeah. Once the transmission is hooked up and the C-bar is hooked up to the back of the transmission.
That's cool. I didn't know they had that printed on there.
Yeah. Corvette G8 4.08 inches crank pulley spacing. Yeah, measured from the front of the block to the outside edge of the pulley. That's very cool. Yeah, there's 3 different kinds of pulleys, as you LS people know, and this gives you the proper spacing for each kind. Okay, let's get these heads on here. All right, got it all assembled. Take a look at this. Okay, why do I have the water pump installed on the front of it? Well, I want to show you the absolute utility of this thing. It's not just a block that you mock up in your engine bay to see if it fits. It has bolt holes and mount locations for everything that you would need to mount this. You can put your oil pan on here. You can put your valve covers. You can put your intake. You could even put your water pump. You could even put your headers or exhaust manifolds on here. It's super lightweight, and the bolt holes are on the back here. I can even bolt the transmission to it, which we will be doing, but not tonight. It's about 11 o'clock at night. I got church in the morning, and we'll be back out tomorrow. Get this thing in the car. See you tomorrow. Hey, it's the next day. Back out in the garage. Let's get this thing in the car. Before I do that though, I want to show you that every single bolt that was necessary to assemble this is on here. And I want to show you what they leave you with, knowing that you can bolt all of your accessories, your exhaust, your intake, your water pump, even the transmission on the back, your oil pan. And they even leave you with enough nuts to do those extra jobs. So you bring in the bolts that are normally required for the job from your LS, and they've got the nuts on the backside to accommodate that. So I thought that was a really cool feature. It was something I wasn't actually even aware of until I got this thing completely assembled. Okay, before I put this in the car, I want to get the motor mounts already mounted to the side of the mock-up block here. It's easier to do it up here than it is once it's in the car. But let me get these assembled and on this block. Just to give you a closer look at these mounts. These are pretty standard mounts, but what I like about them is that they're adjustable, and that's what we really needed. We've got, we have a Mazda being body swapped on top of a Corvette chassis. We don't know exactly where this thing needs to sit, so having that adjustability is important. A lot of other aftermarket plate mounts out there are just simply the bolt holes only without being adjustable, so that was something we needed. So, let me get these together and I'll get them on here. All right, there it is installed. Speedway Motors adjustable LS mount. Slides back and forth. Now, one thing I will say, and it's a modification I made to the mock-up block, is that it's completely solid across here. And I did have to cut away to make this stove bolt that comes in from the backside able to slide back and forth so this would mount flat. But otherwise, no complaints at all. All right, here is the Speedway Motors other half of this mount on the back of the stock Corvette mount. Remember that this is a 92 Corvette chassis we're putting this Monza on, so everything here is actually Corvette mounts from Speedway Motors. But I did want to make one distinction. The C4 Vet had two different engines, and from 84 to 89 was the L98, and then from 90 to 96 was the LT1. So this right here, and this mount, will only work on the LT1 Corvette, but Speedway Motors does make a kit for the L98 as well. So this bolts right to the block itself, and it's got its own neoprene mount already built into it as well. So they've got both offerings. I just wanted to show you that, just so you knew. Just be sure that you know if you got an L98 or an LT1. Okay, both LT1 mounts bolted to the mock-up block here. Bolts are loose. Slide this back and forth so we know where to position it inside the engine bay. Let's get this thing in there. Yeah, they need to slide back a little bit, don't they? Supposed to be a couple blocks of wood. Yeah, I think so. Alright, got mine in there. Hey! Oh, that's pretty good. That's kind of cool looking. Want to try a header real quick? Tight fit?
Yeah.
Really? Well, here, let me grab the engine block.
Yeah.
Let me slide it over a little bit. I forgot that the mounts on the chassis itself are adjustable too. You want some header bolts?
This engine will definitely have to slide back if we want to use these headers.
Say again?
Engine will definitely have to slide back a lot if we want to use the headers, which I think it probably will.
Why? Where's it hidden?
It would be getting the actual engine out.
Oh. Alright, let's slide
That's
back.
not, yeah, that's not something on that.
Oh yeah, it slides back quite a bit.
Yeah, you're almost all the way back, so. Yeah, right up there.
Okay.
That would look great.
Nice. Good to know. Look at this though.
That's fine.
Running as hell.
That's fine.
Plenty of room for water pump. Radiator leans back into it. That's cool. All right.
Cool, man.
All right, pretty happy with this. The Speedway Motors mounts are adjustable. They slide back and forth, as you guys saw in the video there. And as we could already tell, one of the primaries of the header hits back here unless we slide this all the way back. So I kind of knew it was going to be further back anyway. The thing that I'm concerned about is our intake is kind of tall, so we might be cutting into that cowl just a little bit. But I'm happy with that. That's exactly the kind of thing we needed to know. Oh, hello, Jigsaw. Cameo. Hi, buddy. Anyway, huge thanks to Speedway Motors for setting us up with one of these. We're going to be doing a lot of fitment and testing. We got a new intake that's going to go in here very soon. You'll see that. We'll be able to test to see if that really does fit underneath that cowl. But that reveal will be another day. So thanks again to Speedway Motors. Now we got the tools we need to mock up everything we're going to do to this car, which some of the stuff we haven't even figured out yet. We've only got 20 some days to get the car done. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We always appreciate you. Take care.